Hi folks, welcome back to Stacey CAN CAN. Today I am making grape jelly with gelatin. The ingredients you're going to need are 2 tablespoons of your unflavored gelatin powder. It's best to get some of these little boxes like this. This comes with 4 envelopes in it, and you'll need 2 of the packets to make up for the 2 tablespoons. You'll need a bottle of unsweetened grape juice, which this is a great thing to do in the winter as well. I mean, you can use this with fresh grapes when the season is in, with your own Concord grapes if you'd like, and you can juice them, etc. Or you can buy bottled, and that's what I'm doing because I don't want to do all the work that you have to do to make my own grape juice for this, so I'm being lazy. And then also 2 tablespoons of bottled lemon juice. Remember, you can't use fresh lemon juice because you need the pH, the accurate pH of this acid, and it varies too much from lemon to lemon, so bottled lemon juice is accurate all the way through. And then it also calls for 2 tablespoons of an artificial sweetener, which I'm making this for a friend. This is a great alternative for folks who don't want to have super sweet jellies. A friend of mine is diabetic and watches the sugar intake that she has. So I am not actually using the 2 tablespoons of artificial sweetener because for her it upsets her system. It doesn't do well for her body. So a couple of options are you can use, I'm actually going to be using a simple syrup today, and which is a 1-to-1 ratio of one part sugar, 1 part water, equal parts. You can also possibly use, if you want, agave nectar, but agave nectar, I recently discovered, is actually a lot sweeter, has more sugar in it than sugar. So keep an eye out there. Here's some other alternatives too. This is the xylitol that you could use. You can make a simple syrup with xylitol if you want. So there's a few options. Go ahead and check that out. So it does even say in there that you can use saccharin, which I think is terrible, but whatever. This is also a refrigerator jelly. We are not going to be processing it, which is one of the reasons why you can use artificial sweeteners. Often you can't use artificial sweeteners when you're making jelly because they turn bitter when you process them in the jar and to seal it up. So this is a super easy recipe, and we'll go ahead and get started on this. So what you'll need tools wise is, I've got my lids in here. Even though I'm not processing them in a canner, I'm still heating up the lids just to get off the film that comes on the lids. With your spoon and a what is that, spatula, there we go. You'll need your rings. We'll need a jar cleaner. You do want to clean the rim of your jar, so some paper towels, your lid lifter, your ladle, your Headspace tool, and your jar lifter. So with that, let's get started. All right, so I've measured out the 3 cups of grape juice. It's 24 ounces, and we're going to kick up the heat. We're going to get it on high. We're rehydrating the gelatin by pouring it in directly into the pot here, and also adding in 2 tablespoons of the lemon juice. And we're going to get this to a rolling boil. And once it comes to a rolling boil, we'll set a timer for 1 minute, because we got to give it a good hard boil. We got a rolling boil going, and I've gone ahead and set the timer. It's not getting as frothy because we don't have as much sugar in it, so just keep that in mind as you go. Timer's gone off, so I'm adding the 2 tablespoons of simple syrup, or again, you can put in your artificial sweetener here. I'm going to give it a stir, and now we're going to go ahead and add it to our jars. So I've had the jars heating in a canner to sterilize them, which you should do, even though it's not being processed, you should still do anyway. And we are filling it to a 1/4 inch headspace, which in a way doesn't totally matter because This is just going to be a refrigerator jelly. I'm using the lid water here to clean the rim. Adding the lid, remember we heated the lids just to make sure that we got them off got all the gunky stuff off of the lid, the manufacturing, and then just finger tighten. And that is it. Remember, this is hot. Whew. So we're not going to worry too much about it sealing. And that, my friends, is grape jelly with gelatin, unsweetened, good for diabetics or folks who are watching their sugars. So please like and subscribe my page below. The recipe for this is below as well. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, feedback, by all means, reach out to me. I'm on Facebook at Stacey CAN CAN. You can @ me on Insta and TikTok at Stacey CAN CAN. And my email is info@staceycancan.com and website www.staceycancan.com. So that is probably the fastest jelly I've ever made, and but it's quite delicious as well. So thanks again for joining me, and until next time, happy canning.